Hello, welcome to UToledo Mindful Monday. I'm Professor Jay, and I shall be your host. One of the qualities of mind, one of the states of mind that is just so toxic and so damaging, and I think we would all agree to this, is actually hatred. Like honest, full boat hatred, like hate. You know what I'm saying? Hate is, well, let's say hateful, right? It's a really damaging mental state. And if you back down from hatred, then what you find is anger, like intense anger, just intense. It's not hatred yet, but it's anger, right? And if you back down from anger, then what you find is irritation. And then with irritation, you back down to kind of just a sense of aversion. And it's this kind of scale, kind of interesting. It's an early Buddhist distinction, and it's inherent in the Zen teachings to notice that there's this kind of slope, you could say, from aversion to irritation to anger to hate. Now, most of us, I'm suspecting and hoping, don't really encounter true hatred very much. There are some that do. But mostly what we kind of deal with is in this kind of anger zone. Now, to be clear, there's a space for a severe and intense presence and definitive movements, but they don't have to be fueled by anger. They can just be fueled by earnestness and clarity. Bang. Severity is not wrong. But anger is toxic, at least the way I'm going to talk about it and the way I'm thinking of it now. So if we're in a really angry place and someone comes in and says, oh, just be loving and kind, it actually makes more fuel to the anger, right? Because when we're in an angry place, that just be kind thing is just irritating. It just doesn't, not only does it not help, it adds fuel to the fire because it's too far away, honestly, from our mental state. So here's an insight from the Zen tradition that's very powerful. The antidote to anger is not love. Interestingly, the antidote to hatred is not love. It's too far away at that moment. The actual practical thing to do is if we find ourselves in a really angry, irritated, agitated, maybe hateful, maybe place, bring ourselves to neutral, right? Just bring yourself to equanimity. So if you're really revving hard and you're really angry, it's too far to try to suddenly snap to being compassionate. Instead, bring yourself to neutral. And the way you bring yourself to neutral, and this is a really interesting distinction, it's made a big difference for me, is patience. The antidote to anger is patience. If you look at it carefully, aversion, irritation, anger, hatred, there's this time pressure. There's this sense that it isn't right, it's not what I want, and time is one of the key ingredients that's kind of underneath that makes the thing go, right? Like, you know, there's no time when you're angry. I can't handle this, wham. So if you practice patience and actually get good at it, like patience is a thing you can practice, it's a skill you can develop. It's not like you're either patient or you're not. That's not true. All of us have a natural amount of it, but all of us can practice it and develop it and get better at it. And one of the most powerful things that I've ever encountered is learning how to practice patience. Be a virtuoso of patience. Not passivity, not giving up, not copping out. Powerful, intense patience. You see? And then when that anger comes, and you just tune into your breath, breathe, and just be patient. And just let yourself be in the moment. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the air on your face. Feel the breath in your body. Then the flame of anger, maybe hatred, can move down the scale. We can come to neutral, equanimity. And now from equanimity and from presence, serenity, now we can start moving over into kindness. Now we can start moving over into compassion, right? And you might be just as severe, intense, and fierce, but if you're coming from compassion, rather than from anger, the karma, the result of it is going to be completely different. Now, I know I've gone over a little bit from our usual time on this, but this is a really important topic. I'm very passionate about it. Please give yourself the gift of taking up the practice of patience. Use it as the antidote to anger, and all of us will live in a better world for it. See you next time.